begin with breaking news out of Azusa, where a mountain lion was roaming into the residential neighborhood this morning.
It was tranquilized a short time ago. KTLA's Elizabeth Espinosa live near the scene with the latest information. Are those folks that live in the neighborhood? Because that must have been quite the ordeal, Elizabeth. Good morning.
Oh, my, of course, Jessica. Jessica and Eric. Oh, my gosh, this is Phyllis. 91 years living here in Azusa. The mountain lion actually knocked on your door first, right?
No, I turned around and seen him, but yeah, he was not. He was pushing his way.
Scary.
He scared me. I hollered at my girl here. Says, Mona, Mona. She couldn't hear me.
You poor thing. How scary. No, I bet.
I ran in and I said, what? And then she says, look, the lion's right there. And then he had a gray eye, you know,
Yes.
a gray eye. And I said, oh, well, we'll call the police. And I called.
And locked the door real fast.
Everything was locked.
And speaking of, thank you so much. That mountain lion is sleeping right now, by the way. He's a little girl, a full adult, actually. I should say little girl. Officer Mike Briers, we are here, and I know that we just saw the big cat go home. It is a full adult, a female, but apparently it's the female mountain lions that get closer to do their hunting, but because they want to be away, I'm told, from those aggressive males, and so they're a little closer to humans, but it gets a little scary.
Yeah, it does get scary, and thankfully everybody listened to, you know, we use social media, we use the media to put out some safety messages and tell people, please stay inside your residence.
And so this happened, what, about
It started off about, well, it actually started about 6:30, 6:40, somewhere in there. We got units up here, and we actually saw the mountain lion on the roof of the residence, and then he jumped down on the wall and came into the backyard here.
And this is the area of...
This is the 600 block of Virginia and Drive.
And so speaking of Fish and Game, they say that, you know, this mountain lion, this female, hard to catch a deer with one eye, so that's probably what was hard for her. It looks like she was malnourished, looks like, you know, she was a little bit lost, don't know how long she's been here, but my understanding is that they're going to take her now after putting her to sleep to the nearest public open space. But of course, they're not disclosing where. I mean, I know you work in coordination with them, but it is important because I did notice driving up here, which we just arrived, so many people traveling with their kids. Like, hey, let's go see the mountain lion.
Right.
But you also need your space, because when I asked about putting the animal to sleep, how long does that last? Fish and Game did look at us straight in the eye and say, well, it could be a few minutes or it could be a couple hours, and a few minutes could mean we're all lunch.
Right.
Immediately.
And it depends on how the animal reacts to that tranquilizer. Obviously, the weight and the amount of medication that they give the mountain lion to put it to sleep. But luckily, you know, the officers and the Fish and Game warden, they worked together. They wanted to make sure everybody was safe in the backyard, and that they had a clear shot that was going to be effective.
Now, this is not uncommon, though. I mean, let's see. If we walk over here, I mean, you've got a bit of a golf course here, and then you have homes here. It's not uncommon. One thing is to see a mountain lion on the 405 and the Wilshire Boulevard, then I'd be pretty upset, right? But, I mean, they're staying in their lane, but it's tougher now with so much development.
Well, and that's the thing. Our city is located right up along the base of the San Gabriel Mountains, and so as you know, people developments, you know, new home developments come and encroach onto their land, they kind of have nowhere else to go. It's really not their fault.